Hey folks, I'm Amy. Welcome back to my yoga channel. Today I've put together just a short sequence based around building strength in the arms. I think a lot of the time as cyclists, and I can definitely say that I am guilty of this, we're out there, we're getting the kilometres in, we're getting the miles in, but we're not always thinking about strength training. So, especially with the upper body. So I put together just a short sequence. It's a little bit of a burner in the arms, so you're definitely going to feel like you've done a little bit of an arm workout, but that's always good. It's only about 20 minutes long, so it's ideal just to do a couple of times a week, just to help build a little bit of strength in the upper body as well. And I think in turn, you will find that that will help with your training and your cycling and everything else. So let's get started. Let me know how you go. Let me know how you feel in the comments after this video, and let's begin. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to come into just a kneeling position, comfortable kneeling position. You can either face me or you can be facing the top of the mat, however you would prefer today. We're not going to need any props for today's session, but we are going to be doing quite a lot of work with putting a bit of weight through the wrists and through the hands and the shoulders. So we're just going to warm that up to begin with. So when you come into your nice comfortable kneeling position, just close down the eyes just for a couple of moments so that we start today's session nice and grounded, fully focused on the next 10 or so minutes of today's practice. And as always, just start to focus on your breath. Maybe count an inhale for 4, and then release, exhaling for 4. And just keep those nice elongated breaths going. And just start to slow everything down. And when you're ready, blink open the eyes. And we're going to begin with a few shoulder rolls just to warm up through the shoulders and through the neck and through the top of the back. So on your next inhale, bring the shoulders up towards the ears and roll them back. We're just going to continue doing that. Maybe do 10 or so of those in one direction. And then we're going to switch up and we're going to roll the shoulders forwards. I think we've probably got maybe 3 or 4 left. Just take it nice and slow. And we're just going to change to the opposite direction. So rolling forwards. Inhaling towards the ears, exhaling down. Again, just doing 10 or so of these. I think that must be about 10 by now. And bringing the shoulders back to neutral. So on your next inhale, lift the arms up in front. And we're just going to squeeze the hands together and release. We're just going to go a little bit quicker. Just going to do that. Again, probably about 10, 20 times. Maybe let's do it about 20. Keep the arms out in front. And then raise the arms up above the head. Just continue that motion with the hands. Again, roughly for about a count of 20. It must be about 10, so we're halfway there. And then bring the arms out to shoulder height and just continue again with that motion. Again for a count of 20. When you got to 20, just release. So we're just going to roll the shoulders and the arms. So keep the arms out straight to a T position and just do big circles with the arms, warming up through the shoulders, through the top of the back. And then we're going to switch opposite directions, so making big circles, rolling the shoulders forwards. I'll do a few more of those. My shoulders are definitely starting to burn now. And on your next exhale, just release the palms down onto the tops of the knees. Bring your right palm down to the right side body. Inhale the left arm up and over, just to stretch through the side body. Feels good to give ourselves a little bit of stretch from side to side. On the exhaling, release. And on the inhale, raise your right arm up and over. Again, feeling that stretch through the right hand side of the body. And exhaling to release. Coming into tabletop position, so just spinning ourselves around onto the mat. You want to have your knees so that they're hips width distance apart. Tops of the feet are resting on the mat and your wrists are in line with your shoulders. We're just going to continue with our wrist warm up here. So with your palms facing towards the top of the mat, just rock and roll yourself just gently backwards and forwards, not coming too far over the wrists. Remember, we're just warming everything up. And coming back to neutral, turn your palms so that they're facing towards the long edge of the mat. And just going to rock from side to side. Still focusing on your inhales and your exhales. And then bring the palms so that your fingertips are pointing towards the tops of the knees. And again, just do that forwards and backwards motion again. Not coming too far. And then taking a pause before we swivel the palms round again. And then we're just going to do a couple of thread the needles here. So as you take an inhale, and as you exhale, we're just going to bring our left arm underneath the right arm. Giving ourselves a little bit of a twist, warming up through the back. And again, stretching all the way across the top of the back, top of the shoulders. Take an inhale to come back up to tabletop, and as you exhale, just repeating on the opposite side. So bringing your right arm underneath your left, resting on the top of the shoulder. And on the inhale, coming back up to tabletop position. So from here, we're going to come into our first downward dog. So I'm going to flip the toes under and just push back into downward facing dog position. As always, it's the first downward dog of the session, so always pedal out your legs just to warm everything up, bring a little bit of heat. Backs of the legs can often be so tight, especially with your hamstrings. And also depending what time of the day you're hopping on your mat as well. I find for me, if I get on the mat first thing in the morning, I'm definitely so much tighter through my body than what I am if I get on in the evening. So be really mindful of how your body's feeling. Take a couple more breaths in downward facing dog. And then we're just going to walk ourselves back towards our feet. And just grab hold of the elbows, just hang down here. Nice little forward fold to stretch out the lower back, stretch out the glutes. Again, if the legs are feeling a bit tight, maybe add a little bit of a bend through the legs as well. Maybe sway from side to side, and just let the head hang so there's no tension in the neck or the shoulders. On the next inhale, release the arms. We're just going to gently roll ourselves back up to a standing position, raising the arms up above the head, and as you exhale, just bring the hands to prayer at heart centre. Okay, so we're going to begin. After we've done our nice little warm up. So on your next inhale, I'm going to bring the arms, sweep them up above the head, and as you exhale, coming into a forward fold, coming into a half lift. So whether that's bringing the palms to the mat or the palms to the tops of the thighs, however feels comfortable. Take a couple of breaths here. Bring the palms to the mat if they're not there already. I'm just going to walk ourselves into a plank position. So high plank, you want to tuck the tailbone and you want to engage the core. So almost like having a zip that's kind of just pulling so that you can feel your core muscles are nice and engaged. And from high plank, we're going to come into side plank. So twisting, bring all the weight into your left palm. We're going to spin ourselves around to the right. Maybe stack the feet on top of each other, or you can have one foot in front of the other. Sometimes balance can be a little bit of an issue here, so just take it easy. I'm a little bit wobbly. Raise the right arm up and bring the gaze towards the right palm. On the exhale, coming back into high plank. And as you inhale, just spinning around to the left-hand side, we're going to repeat that side plank on the left. So raising the left arm up, gaze comes towards the left palm. And then as you exhale, coming back to high plank. We're going to do one more either side. So spinning around to the right. Exhale to release. And then inhale to repeat on the left-hand side. And then as you exhale back to high plank, we're going to stay in high plank for a count of 10. So just going to hold. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pushing back into your downward facing dog. Pedaling out the legs, maybe putting a slight bend through the elbows. Have your feet so they're hips width distance apart. Just take a few rounds of breath here. Just to slow everything down again. And then when you're ready, we're going to walk ourselves back towards our feet again. Gently inhale to roll yourself all the way back up to standing. Let the arms continue all the way above the head. And exhale, hands to prayer at heart centre. So we're going to repeat through that again, but we're going to add on. So as you inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhaling down into that forward fold. We're going to go a little bit quicker. So walk yourself back into the high plank. But we're going to come into a low plank here. So moving from your high plank down to your low plank. And then we're going to bring knee to the elbow. So on the inhale, bring the right knee to the elbow. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, left knee to elbow. Exhale it back. Inhale, right knee. Exhale back. Inhaling left knee. Exhaling back. One more each side. Inhale right. Arms are going to burn. Inhale left. And bring it back. Then we're going to pause here again for that count of 10. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pushing back with either both arms or one arm at a time. We're going to come back into downward facing dog. Take a big inhale through the nose and an exhale through the mouth. And pedal out those legs. And then on your next inhale, again walking ourselves back towards our feet. And then rolling ourselves all the way back up, letting the arms come up above the head and exhale the hands to prayer at heart centre. Ooh, so I'm really starting to feel the arms are burning a little bit with this one, but we're doing good. So inhale, arms up above the head. Exhale into forward fold. Inhale and walk yourselves all the way back into high plank this time. Take a pause in high plank. So again, having your tailbone tucking under, really feeling the core engage here and having your wrists in line with your shoulders. And then we're going to repeat what we did previous. So you're going to inhale, bring the right knee to the elbow, exhale it back. Left knee to elbow, exhale it back. Left knee to the wrist, exhale it back. Left knee to the wrist, exhaling back. I think I just got confused with my knees, sorry. Inhale, the right knee to the elbow, right knee to the wrist, and back. And then one more, inhale, left knee to the elbow, left knee to the wrist. Step it back, stay here for 10 seconds. My arms are really starting to burn through this one. Probably on about 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, And 1. Push back into your downward facing dog and just release. Oof. Just take a couple of nice long breaths here. Just to regroup ourselves. We've got one more round. We're feeling nice and strong today. It's all good. And then as you inhale, just walk yourselves back towards your feet. Rolling all the way back up to standing. Let the arms come up. Exhaling, hands to prayer at heart center. Last round. So inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale and walk yourselves back. And this time back into that low plank. So come down onto the forearms. And we're going to take dolphin pose. So you want to have your elbows so that they're in line with your shoulders. Maybe have the palms flat on the mat here. You always have the thumbs touching. It gives a little bit more of a stable base with the arms. And we're just going to walk our feet ever so slowly just towards the top edge of the mat. Now come to wherever feels comfortable. We're going to come up onto the toes. And on your next inhale, we're going to lift up the right leg. So inhale it up. We're going to stay here for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, almost done, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to release. Exhale, bring the knees down. I'm just going to take a little bit of moment just in child's pose, just for a couple of breaths. Take one big inhale and exhale. Again, inhaling and exhaling. And we're going to come back up into that forearm plank. And back into dolphin. So walk the feet closer towards the top edge of the mat. Stop where it feels comfortable. Inhale the left leg up for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the left leg down. Push yourself back up into a regular plank. So just make the distance a little bit wider so that your stance is a little bit longer. And again, we're going to stay here for 10, for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees down, come back into child's pose and just relax. Oh, I feel like we've really worked through the arms and shoulders today, so well done, folks. We're almost done. So just regroup yourself here in child's pose. Take a moment of stillness. I expect your arms are feeling a little bit burny right now, but you will be thankful later. And when you take your next inhale, you're just going to rise all the way back up onto the knees. I'm just going to spin myself around so that I'm facing you guys again. And we're just going to take a little bit, that twist that we did at the very beginning, or the side stretch, sorry. So bring the right palm down, inhale the left palm up and over. A nice stretch through the left side. Exhale to release. Inhale, right arm up and over. And then release. We're just going to do a couple more of those shoulder rolls just before we finish. So, as you wish, just kind of rock and roll the shoulders so you go backwards. Take a pause and then switch so that you're rolling the shoulders front ways. And then just give the arms and the wrist just a little bit of a shake out after today's arm workout. Okay, so coming into a comfortable seated position just to finish. Take a big inhale in. Bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Take a lovely long exhale out. And there we go. That was your 10-minute power arm workout to start off your week. So I hope it's given you a good start, and I hope that you continue to have a great rest of the week, and I will see you on the mat next time. Thanks, folks.